Hello everyone, I'm so happy you're here today. After my last watercolor tutorial, so many of my little students asked me if we can paint something a little easier next time. So today's session is especially for you. So today we are going to paint a simple floral watercolor study together. So gather your paints, brushes, cup of clean water, a cloth, tissue and let's begin. So before we touch our brushes, the first thing I like to do is clean my watercolor palette. Don't worry about making it perfectly clean, you just want enough space to mix fresh colors. I simply add a few drops of clean water over the old paint, let it sit for a few seconds and I gently wipe it with a cloth or a tissue. Once you're done with that, just take a drop of water on your brush and gently go over each paint to activate them. That makes them ready to use. Be gentle with them, don't press them too hard. Also, whenever you wash your brush, don't pull the bristles with your fingers or squeeze them tightly. Instead, just gently dab the brush on a cloth or tissue to remove the extra water. I always tell my students to think of their brushes as their little friends. If we take good care of them, they'll stay with us for a very long time and help us paint hundreds of beautiful pictures. So before I begin painting, I like making a few little patches of color on the side of my paper. Maybe a soft pink or a warm yellow or a fresh green, sometimes a little blue. These tiny color patches help me choose the mood of my painting. Now what is mood? Mood is simply the feeling your painting gives. So warm pinks and yellows can make a painting feel cheerful, blues can make it feel calm and peaceful, greens remind us of trees, leaves and nature. Even if you are painting exactly the same flowers, changing the colors changes the feeling of the whole painting. For today's painting, I am choosing soft colors, soft and vibrant because I want to feel fresh, light and peaceful. I am also going to keep all my colors nice and light. With watercolor, it's always easier to make a color darker than to make it lighter. Alright, let's begin with our leaves. We'll start with very simple leaf shapes. Don't worry about making every leaf look exactly the same. They're all different and that's what makes them beautiful. As we are painting, remember to rinse your brush whenever you change colors. Then gently dab away the extra water before picking up the next color. Let's go with some flowers now. I'm choosing pink for the flowers. It complements the orange and the green very well. Remember to rinse your brush whenever you change your color to avoid mixing them up and getting an unexpected color. Yesterday in class I noticed something that made me really happy. Many of my students had a long weekend because of some band, and after the break they came back with such bright happy faces. The classroom felt really full of energy. I miss that energy. Watching all of you reminds me how hard children work these days. You all wake up early, go to school, learn so many new things, come home, finish your homework, go to tuitions, go to other extra classes like karate, chess, dance, drawing, arts, and whatnot. And then you prepare for tests, and then you finish your projects, and then many of you still come to art class with your sketchbooks and paint boxes. That's a really long day. And that's exactly why painting is so important. Even if it is just 15 or 20 minutes, painting gives our minds a little holiday. For a little while, there are no homework books, no exams, and no rushing. There are just colors, water, paper, and your imagination. I hope that as you grow up, you never stop making time for little moments like this. Never stop painting just because you're getting older. I know growing up is a part of life, but you should never forget how to be a child at heart. Whenever you have a busy day, come back to your paints. They'll always be waiting for you. Alright, let's continue with our leaves. Just keep adding the colors that make you happy, colors that you think are going well with each other. Feel free to pause the video and take your time. You can pause it whenever you feel like. If I'm going too fast, excuse me, but it is just out of habit. You can paint at your own pace. Alright, while this goes on, I wanted to share something else that made me smile recently. The other day I was cleaning one of my shelves and I found a box that I always love opening. It's filled with little cards and handmade gifts from my students over the years. As I was looking through everything, I suddenly remembered that my birthday is coming up. It's on the 16th of July, and somehow every year around this time I end up opening that same box. It made me smile because I don't think anyone gets more excited about my birthday than my students do. I have received so many beautiful things. Some crayons that students wanted to share with me, sharpeners, little erasers, bookmarks, chocolates, handmade crafts, and even broken crayons that someone carefully wrapped because they thought I'd still love them. And I really do. And all of this makes me so emotional. They are very, very close to my heart. Every single one is still safely kept in that box. To someone else, they might just look like little things, but to me, they are full of memories. They remind me the love that we share and the safe space that we have created together. Alright, now let's come back to our painting. So, watercolor teaches us to build patiently, one light layer at a time. So you can just keep making tiny swatches of flowers, of berries. You can see what colors go together and what colors don't go together. Also, it's not important that you have to use all the colors that I've been using. You can choose your own mood board. It can just be two colors, it can just be one color, like pink and blue, purple and red, yellow and green. I generally like choosing colors that go well together, vibrant and bright. But if you want to go with something more peaceful, you can go with the lighter tones as well. Simple paintings like these are really nice little exercises. They help us understand our brushes and our colors, and most importantly, how to work with watercolors. Just keep your brush moving gently, don't rush. You might have noticed that all the berries are not of the same shade. One is dark, the next one is medium, and then one after that is light. So that generally happens when you don't clean your brush or take extra water or extra paint after the wash. Like you do your first berry first, and then with the same brush and same water you make your second berry and then the third one. Remember not to use too much of paint. Just one small dab on your watercolor cake is more than enough. Also, I have noticed many of my little students like to squeeze the bristles of the brush, bristles in the sense the hair of the brush, with their fingers. Please don't do that. Don't pull or squeeze the bristles with your fingers to remove extra water. You can always take a cloth or a tissue and gently dab your brush on it. Watercolors are meant to be light, so don't drag your brush over everywhere. Remember, as you paint, don't make your painting too crowded. Leave enough space between each thing. Before adding another color, I like to pause for a second and simply look at the paper so that you know what to do next. It's also okay to spend more time choosing colors than actually painting. Watercolors really need a light touch. Please don't press your brush very hard on the paper. I think everyone should have one hobby that doesn't need any marks or grades. It should just be something that makes you happy. Some days you'll paint for an hour, some days you'll be only painting one little flower, and both of those things count as long as you're painting every day. If a color spread somewhere you didn't plan, don't worry. So before trying to fix it, you can watch it for a few seconds and it might create something beautiful. And if you still don't like it, I would suggest for you to wait for it to dry entirely and then decide what to do about it. As we finish our little floral study, you can just take a moment to look at your painting. Whether you're 5 years old, 15 or 50, I hope these few minutes helped you slow down and enjoy creating something with your own hands. Thank you so much for painting along with me today. Also, after you finish this painting, don't forget to clean your brush and gently put it away. If you'd like more simple watercolor lessons like this one, let me know in the comments. I would love to paint more little flowers, cherries, leaves, bird and other subjects together. Until then, take care of your brushes, keep your palette clean, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye everybody. Have a nice weekend.